This is my 2022 Mini Cooper SE. Join us as we attempt to travel around South Africa on electric power alone. We will take you along the ride as we experience the attractions en route, driving and charging, as we try to prove that road trips can be done in South Africa with EVs today.
Welcome to another episode of Electric Drive Africa. This time we are pushing the limits of what we can do. We are using the Mini Cooper and we are driving to Hermanus for the EV Now show this weekend for Women's Day. In this episode we attempt to cover 3,200 kilometers, leaving Johannesburg, stopping in Tromsburg, stopping in Vic Bay, and then we are in Hermanus for the EV Now show on Saturday. This episode is sponsored by the good people at Enviro Automotive. They are the ones who are joining us on this mission in one of their offerings in this video, namely the Riddara RD6. It is a electric bakkie, and the electric bakkie and us are traveling together over the next couple days to Hermanus and back. This episode we test the charging infrastructure and attempt to take the Mini Cooper SE the distance with the support of another longer range EV should anything go wrong. Join us as we take you along the ride on another electric vehicle adventure. Day one sees us leaving Johannesburg and stopping off at Potchefstroom for our first charging stop, and then moving on to Welkom at a new charger at the Goldfields Mall. Very nice charger, all very easy, charged at full advertised power. Now you join me at Sunninghill Astron Energy just outside Bloemfontein. This is our last charging stop of the day. Today's leg is about 570 kilometers from Johannesburg to Tromsburg. Tomorrow we go from Tromsburg through George and into Vic Bay, where we will be staying the night. Today's been a good mix of hypermiling a little bit, some detours which are throwing spanners in the works for us, as well as some weather. So we are currently driving through a large cold front moving through South Africa. So it's going to be a good test of the vehicles in the temperatures and the distances on long distance highway missions. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
I tried to catch you, but you were only 500 kilometers. I'm not gonna have.
How's it going?
Good, you man.
Awesome.
Yes, yes. How are you?
Like I'm
Good, good.
Rad. Well,
Like a cold, huh?
We are at Nguni Lodge. We managed to trip the whole lodge by trying to charge the Riddara and the Mini at the same time. So that's no fun, but they are on it and we are getting things restarted again. So today we are driving from Johannesburg all the way down to Vic Bay, which is about 670 kilometers. We're hoping it's going to take us around 9.5 hours. Hopefully we get there in the light still. Yeah, it's a bit of a long stretch with some longer gaps for this car. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, it's a bit of a learning exercise, I guess. So front row from Enviro Automotive joined us last night. Now we are driving together, which is great. We are in convoy with the Riddara and we charge it at the same stations. And we are testing it how it goes. As it goes, Geely Lodge, super cool, nice little location, very safe and off the road, but unfortunately we have managed to overload their system. So yeah, join us for the rest of the day and see how it goes. We have just left Geely Lodge. We charged there for a short while. I only needed about 20% on my car. The Riddara wasn't really needing charge. We are currently 400 kilometers away from Vic Bay. Our next charging stop is going to be in Graaff-Reinet at the family Pick and Pay 150 kilowatt charger. Yeah, currently on 31% of 59 k's range and 40 kilometers until Graaff-Reinet. So far so good. We are currently driving 90 k's an hour behind the Bakkie. Today is quite a long stint. It's our longest day of driving, 670 kilometers. In theory, you should need 4 charging stops. Johannesburg was our first charging stop this morning. That went quite smoothly. Got some coffee, left with about 95%. Drove to Geely Lodge, was about 100 kilometers away, just to top up to about 60% so that we would make just a little bit extra that we would need to make the 200 kilometer gap between Johannesburg and Graaff-Reinet. So now we are 50 kilometers from Graaff-Reinet, or under that now. And yeah, so far so good. A better route planner thinks we should be on about 23%. We are actually on 30%, which is great. It thinks we will arrive with 10%, so we should arrive with about 15% battery in Graaff-Reinet, which is perfect. We're going to plug in their charge and have some lunch. Keep in mind, when we started this trip, fully loaded with 2 people in a tiny car. It's not great for consumption, but we didn't do too badly. It was not too bad. Yesterday we had some moments just because of a detour we needed to do. It's one of these things, you're never really sure what's going to come your way. So the highway disappeared into a river. So that's not conducive for driving your car across. So we needed to detour and avoid that closed road. It added on about 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers onto our journey that was already quite tight between Welkom and Bloemfontein. Shout out to Geely Lodge for their great hospitality with our stay and with our figuring out the charger. We were supposedly the first ones to use it, which is pretty awesome. Another first on this trip is the Riddara. It will probably be the first electric 4x4 Bakkie in South Africa to do this trip, which is quite a cool thing. At the moment we are driving through all the beautiful parts of the Eastern Cape. We saw loads and loads of wind farms again. Progress has been made since you joined me last, driving through here in May this year, which is quite nice. Today we are camping in Vic Bay. We are estimated to arrive there at the moment, if all goes perfectly well, which it probably won't, we will arrive there at 20 to 6 this evening to set up camp. So let's see how that goes. We have just left Graaff-Reinet. We had some lunch, nice full charge there, and now we are on our way to Willowmore, which is 173 kilometers from Graaff-Reinet. And yeah, we're going to see how we do, if we can make it there quite easily. It is on the upper limit of the range of this car for this route, so We are taking it quite easy. We are driving around 90 k's now, for now. Just until we've got a good enough buffer and we know we have more than enough to make it, then we can raise speeds again. Graaff-Reinet is always a really nice stop, really pretty little town, and yeah, nice restaurants and things, options there. We had lunch at Maria's Coffee, highly suggest it. Really, really nice restaurant. For now, we are cruising along quite nice and casually. We are 155 kilometers away from Willowmore now, and yeah, we're going to stop at Zayman's garage. It has a 47 kilowatt charger and it has 2 chargers. So we are 2 cars, we need 2 chargers, so we are going to be stopping there. Looking forward to see if it is functioning. As you may remember from May, it had a little bit of an issue, but yeah, it should not be a problem. So the rest of the plan for today is just to take it easy into Willowmore, take it easy into George, and then we are down into Vic Bay where we need to set up camp, and we are probably going to be arriving in the dark. So yeah, at the moment, without any further delays, we should arrive in Vic Bay just before 7 p.m. tonight. Always love driving through these parts of the country. Very, very beautiful.
We arrived in Vic Bay just after sunset, set up our tents and enjoyed a beautiful evening. Day 2 was about 620 kilometers with 4 charging stops: Colesberg, Middelburg, Graaff-Reinet, Willowmore and onto Vic Bay. Victoria Bay is a really small little surf town on the Garden Road, and known for being the best right-hand point break in the Southern Cape. The campsite probably is arguably the best location in this town, overlooking the beachside houses with a clear view straight into the bay and over into the ocean. We charged here overnight, bribed some boerewors, and in the morning made our way along the railway lines to a really cool lookout point. Day 3, leaving Vic Bay at a leisurely 11 a.m, we made our way to Hermanus. We first stopped at Mossel Bay, Langeberg Mall, at the Grid Cars charger. While we waited there, we ran in and grabbed some coffee. The Riddara is now the fastest bakkie available in South Africa. It's obviously a full electric 4-wheel drive bakkie. It has a couple of cool features like V2L, 6 kilowatts of power out of the car, basically enough to charge 2 EVs simultaneously with their 3-pin plug chargers that you get supplied with the vehicle. 0 to 100 in this bakkie is 4.5 seconds, power is 315 kilowatts, 595 newton meters of torque, and estimated range of 424 kilometers.
I do think this is very, very achievable with this car. We have managed to get really good consumption when you drive it lightly. And charging speeds on this are up to 110 kilowatts DC, getting 30 minutes, 10 to 80%, which is great for these kind of trips. If you're interested in looking at a Riddara, get in contact with Enviro Automotive. So with all the fields of yellow and canola looking really beautiful, we decided to stop off at a little gravel road and mission in to see what we could see and what we could find. What we did find was a little slushy little mud crossing, so we parked the Mini off here. We all jumped in the Riddara and decided to travel on to see what else the road would hold. Farmlands, endless fields of canola and yellow flowers at this time of the year. Then onto Heidelberg, the Rubicon 60 kilowatt charger that also has 2 connectors for us to charge both vehicles. It was a smooth trip with no hiccups on any charges for the day. We made our way through to Hermanus to stay at the Elizabeth Guest House. In Hermanus, we went straight to the charger located at the beautiful Gerrans Point location along the beachfront. It had started getting dark and the weather had started to change quite quickly as well. We went out for dinner that night, and the next day would be the EVs on display show at Hoërskool Hermanus, and we'll have a video about that coming up soon.